Welcome to this week's episode of Beyond Sports, the podcast where we BS about sports. We got NFL Week 12 coming up, and then we may touch on the World Cup because it is happening and it's a thing in sports that a lot of people, take really seriously and like. And maybe a little NBA. But let's get going with that wonderful Thanksgiving slate of games.
Before we head into that, though, we gotta mention who's missing.
Oh, you probably you may notice that I'm
Tim this week.
The intro, stumbling through here because our good buddy Tim not here. His basement flooded on him, and he is having to take care of that. Yeah, poor guy.
Gotta tend to that. Can't let that sit.
Yeah, so you've got you got us this week.
Yeah, stuck with us.
Yeah, and no one to keep us on track. So
sorry, guys.
So sorry. Stick with.
We lost our babysitter.
It's a 3-hour edition.
The 3 hour edition. It's gonna be lots of edits. Okay.
My job's gonna be real difficult this week.
Sorry, my guy.
It's all good. It's all good.
Let's just get into it. Again, that Thanksgiving slate. The Bills Lions game. Man, that was wonderful.
Man, that was like so predictable though. Like the whole time I'm watching that, I'm at work because I have nothing to do at this point, watching that freaking game, and I'm just like, people around the bar are like, "Oh, come on, Lions, come on, Lions," and I'm like, the Thanksgiving tradition holds true.
It's just
Lions, build your hopes and crush them.
It was always going to go that way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean, come on. It's the Lions. You knew they really wouldn't be able to do it, but at least they gave us a great game.
Yeah. I mean,
right down to the very end.
They tied it up at the end, and I walked off just going, they're going to lose before overtime. They're not going to overtime.
Yeah. Man.
No way.
Give it to the Bills. They played a really good game. Did what they needed to do. Josh Allen, I mean, again, if he may not have had his strongest game, but he made the plays when they needed to be made. And drove him down the field to win at the end there. So good game. And then Giants Cowboys.
That one looked like it was going to get out of hand.
It was good for a while.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to get out of hand, but I mean, it was more competitive than it was garbage time when the Giants got their last score.
Yeah, it was. But I mean, the Cowboys kind of put it away in the fourth quarter there.
Yeah.
But the Giants kept it close. The Giants were winning it at half,
Yeah.
So they were doing all right. But I think what you saw with all these games, we still have the Patriots Vikings to get into, but I think we saw with all these games, like with most Thursday games, better team just wins.
Yeah.
The Bills are
talent kind of wins out.
Talent wins out, just how well the team is put all around, right?
Yeah.
Bills are better than the Lions. Cowboys are a better team than the Giants this year, and the Vikings better than the Patriots. But yeah, the Cowboys, that offense looks really good. Their running backs are just scary, just absolutely scary. But yeah, the Cowboys are going to be a problem.
Yeah, they're a good. They're a deep team.
On the week, everybody is just screaming to give Pollard more touches. Then Zeke goes off, and I think they've got a two-headed monster that it really doesn't matter necessarily who's getting the most touches. They're going to eat.
Yeah, I mean that O line's producing good production out of those backs. So I mean their O line's built well. Their running game's going well. So
and Dak is that perfect quarterback where if he doesn't have to do too much, he can rely on his run game, play action. He can do really well for you. So yeah, and then Patriots Vikings, also a pretty good game, really good game actually.
It was like you were mentioning, you wouldn't be surprised if Mac Jones is the next quarterback benched.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was Zach Wilson who got benched first, but
Yeah, but I mean, you mentioned that after Thursday's game that you wouldn't be surprised to
surprised
see
if he
Mac
was the
Jones
next.
get benched next.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I mean, he did good. Yeah, he didn't even play that bad. It was just like when they needed him to show up in those last couple drives, when they needed Mac Jones to play like he had been throughout most of that game, he didn't, and he looked bad again. He looked like
Yeah.
the Mac Jones we had been seeing for weeks, and it's can't do that, man.
Yeah, the Patriots kind of continue to surprise me as far as being able to hang with these teams that
But
I
they
think
should
are way better than them.
well coached.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah, you got this particular someone running the team.
He'll manufacture you a couple wins. Ones that you shouldn't win.
Yeah.
But in the end, with this one again, Vikings are a better team. So
Yeah.
sorry,
It was kind of
Patriots. In Mac Jones again. I don't believe. Does anybody believe in that guy? Is anybody scared of that guy when it comes down to it? Was anybody like, oh, he's gonna run him down this field and win him the game?
No,
Yeah,
I think he'll always kind of be remembered for that as the quarterback that Bill Belichick didn't trust to throw because it was a little windy. You know,
It's gonna be
that's
hard to
kind
live
of
that
how
one
I'll
down.
always see him.
It
It's gonna
worked
be
out.
hard to
Though.
live that one down.
Yeah, I mean,
Won the game. It worked.
they
out.
did. They won the game, but they didn't even trust him to throw.
Not because of Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not because of.
Hey, he handed that ball off like a fucking champion.
Did great.
Yeah.
Got in some.
Yeah, I
good-
mean, great slate of games on Thursday.
Really
Almost-
was. It was a lot of good, like all of them within a score.
Today almost suffered due to that, but I think that we had some surprising games that kind of were way better than we thought they would be.
Yeah,
You know,
Yeah,
like
for
you
sure.
look at the slate for
Um,
today and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a slug through, and then you're like, oh, we got some pretty good
Yeah, I
football.
mean we get two
Yeah.
that go to OT.
OT that
Yeah.
you don't, and kind of upsets too. Like I probably would have picked the Bucks over the Browns,
Yeah, I mean,
especially the way those teams have been trending.
Yeah,
And then Raider. I would never pick the Raiders over the Seahawks.
no, I didn't see that one coming.
I mean the Seahawks have kind of been slipping.
They have
Yeah.
been. They have been. You're right. 2 weeks ago they were winning their division. Now they're not even in the playoffs.
Yeah,
They
No.
wouldn't be
Spread
I
there.
mean,
out.
you can't let Josh Jacobs run for over 200 yards, including an 86-yard game winner.
Nah, man, that
Yeah,
was
Jesus Christ.
that was bad. That
Yeah,
was really bad. Like, what the fuck you doing?
yeah. I mean, they were able to make the Raiders miss a field goal in overtime. I mean, they didn't make him miss. I don't think he just missed.
And they still couldn't get it done.
Still
No.
couldn't get it done. Yeah.
Still couldn't get it done.
You had opportunity. They had opportunities to win that game. I mean, they started it out with a bang. Didn't they get to that pick down in the red zone to start open the game?
Yeah, not a good look, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Gino had that ugly. Yeah, man. He did well the rest of the game.
he did. He didn't play a
But-
bad game. It's just I'm glad we're getting the Seahawks when we're getting the Seahawks.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
yeah. Absolutely. I think they've been figured out a little bit,
Yeah.
and maybe we're playing better than they were.
And like it was obviously didn't know if it was Russell Wilson or what, but they typically are kind of Charger-esque where once it gets a little cold outside, the Seahawks stop winning as much.
They
that-
Which is
so-
strange because I mean it's not like it's not cold up there.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing in like one of the warm
Chilly.
climates.
Chilly.
So
I wonder if that's like a Geno Smith kryptonite cold weather.
I don't know. Like I said, that's why I didn't want to throw it on Gino. I was just like, it seems to be kind of one of those trends. Pretty much a lot of the time, Pete's been there because Pete and Russ been tied for the majority of it.
Yeah.
But
We'll see. But man, not to be not even in the playoffs after
yeah,
just a couple bad weeks from first to worst. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh,
it's
well,
the
no.
NFC West. I mean, that's going to change 2 or 3 more times.
they very well could.
maybe.
Or
I think the
we could be
Niners are
seeing the
gonna-
Niners go on
I
their
think-
run.
Yeah, I think the Niners are just going to take this thing and not look back. Like they look like kind of the clear cut best team
Yeah.
out of that division.
Yeah, I mean, they beat the Saints 13-0 today.
Right, not an impressive offense. The Saints have a okay defense.
Yeah, I mean the
Um,
Saints have had a pretty decent defense, but with all the weapons the Niners have
I know 13
right
points
now,
is
13 points is not good.
No, it was not a great showing
13
today,
points
but
is real weak.
I'd be interested to see what the Niners schedule looks like
You're so
the rest of the way. Like, if it's just NFC West opponents, they're probably going to run it.
I mean, I'm sure half of it is. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. We had the Bengals and the Titans duking it out today.
that was a
yeah,
good game.
that was a
a
good
really
game.
good game.
Yeah, Bengals
Um,
found a way to really shut Derrick Henry down.
Yeah, they
surprisingly
held him in check other than that one
they
big play.
they're trying to make
Yeah.
they make them they're making them throw it, and when you make the Titans throw the ball, good things usually happen for you, not the Titans.
And a very exciting play from Derrick Henry early in the game, but with an uncharacteristic end, with him running the ball 70 yards and then are you actually catching a screen pass for 70 some yards and then fumbling right at the goal line,
Yeah,
only to have his teammate recover in the end zone.
for a
Really
touchdown. That was
screw some
so
of his
crazy.
fantasy
Man.
owners.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'm glad,
That was-
man. I'm glad
that
I
was
didn't have him.
beautiful.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that was
All right,
beautiful.
so
Did we skip over
sneaky.
the Browns and Buccaneers? Because that was
No, we talked about.
okay. I
We
feel like
talked about it a little bit.
So the 49ers remaining schedule is this week they got the Dolphins coming up. Then they got the Bucks, Seahawks, Commanders, Raiders, and then Arizona.
That is not an easy
That's-
schedule.
No,
mean,
it's not. I mean,
you got some wins though in there.
like we were
There's
just
some
kind of
wins, but
talking.
I mean, there's 3 or 4 potential losses in there.
No. Yeah, I mean, it just depends on how far their defense can take them. This game against Miami is going to be huge. I'm so excited for this game.
Oh
That's
man,
a big
it'll
game.
be
Yeah.
great.
It's the game that I'm looking
I
forward
wonder
to.
if they flex that.
I would love that. I would
They
love
should.
it.
Yeah.
No, are we in some? No, we're not. We're playing the Bengals next week at 3. We're Sunday night after that. Chiefs Sunday night week after that.
So we still got a Monday night coming against the Broncos, don't we?
That's a Sunday night. I'm pretty
Or is
sure.
that Sunday?
I'm pretty
That
sure
one
it's
we
a
could see
Sunday
get
night.
flexed.
Yeah, we might get pulled out of that.
Yeah, that one's not looking promising to stay intact.
Ain't nobody trying to
Yeah.
watch the Broncos.
Yeah, but Mahomes gets views.
He does, so maybe they'll be like, "Oh, people will want to watch Mahomes throw 8 touchdowns."
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's Colts and Cowboys is the Sunday night game this week, so we could see that Dolphins Niners game get flexed in there. That'd be
Should.
awesome.
That'd be a good one to throw in there.
And you're gonna see, McDaniel, right? The old OC,
Yep.
right? Face
Yeah, a
off
lot of
against,
storylines there.
Yeah.
All right, let's just start emailing the commish.
Yeah,
let's
come on, guys. You know what to do.
Get your shit together, Raj.
You know what to do.
Everybody buy blue checks and tweet it.
Yeah.
NFL.
Anyway, back to it.
Where were we?
We were just
the
Dolphins
Titans
beat the
and
Texans in a game that the Texans made look like they kind of made it look like a game, but
Oh,
that was just a beat down from the beginning.
Yeah, we don't got to that one. Nothing happened in that one.
No.
We were let's do Ravens Jags.
Ravens and Jags, man. Like,
oh buddy.
I
That
Ravens
was a
got done up in
game.
Clown Town.
Dougie P, man.
Dougie. Oh, hey, going for two and getting it.
Like, gotta love it. That was awesome.
Man,
Yeah.
I mean, the Ravens just couldn't again. They just could not close out a game, right?
Yeah, like we haven't seen those problems pop up since earlier in the season either. So you kind of they kind of dampened them down a little bit to where you thought, okay, this isn't a real problem anymore. But
the Ravens just haven't been that convincing though either.
No,
they've won games, but they haven't done it in a huge. The last week they beat the Panthers like 13-3.
Yeah, I mean they're dealing with a slew of injuries again.
What are we doing?
I
think the Ravens have also given up 3 10-point leads this year.
Something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, in their ones that the few games they've lost, anyways. And did they do that today?
That was their 4th loss, I think, and 3 of them they gave up double digits.
Yeah. Damn man, because they gave up the one to Miami. Oh, and then who was the other one? It was a bad one too.
Mm.
Jets or something, maybe. No, the Jets did to the Browns. Anyways, doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
and we were all talking today. Is like,
Oh,
and somebody asked the question. You know, do the Ravens scare you at all? Like,
Yeah, no, they sure as hell don't.
Really? I mean,
they kind of look like the default winner of the North.
yeah, right now at their current state,
Um,
well, I mean, the
and they
Bengals
may
aren't going
not.
away.
Although it looks like they have the tiebreaker over the Bengals currently, but they're gonna have to play again. So
Yeah, and honestly, like the Bengals are a much more dangerous team to me than the Ravens.
yeah,
yeah, I mean,
I would. I'd rather play the Ravens next week than the Bengals, for sure.
no, it's another.
Uh,
That's another one that could get flexed to Sunday night.
Yeah, you gotta wonder if Lamar's costing himself money this year.
It's hard for me to take money away from him based on who he's throwing to. He's made
yeah, I
Duvernay.
don't.
He's made Duvernay and
If
Demarcus
he
Robinson look
keeps-
like
Yeah,
quality NFL receivers. You know, those are his two
Yeah.
starting receivers. I mean, he doesn't even have Rashad Bateman right now. Deshaun Jackson today.
If he can win you a playoff game, I mean, they're gonna have to pay him
Yeah,
much
I
money
mean,
because
right
somebody
now-
else will.
I can't hold this year against him because the Ravens took so much away from him and didn't give him anything.
Dude, if he doesn't get his bag from the Ravens, like somebody else will give it. to
Yeah, I
him,
mean,
and a stud,
Detroit
man.
could potentially give him
They're-
that money.
They're in a worse place than the Cardinals were with Kyler Murray.
Yeah, because this guy has an MVP.
Yeah, this in
Yeah.
a
Well,
playoff win.
Mhm.
well, with the I wonder, with the way the NFL works now, I wonder if there hasn't been an under the table deal that everybody knows about. Like Lamar's going to leave Baltimore, and he's like, because why do you take away this guy's weapons? Why don't you surround him with talent? He's in his window. Like
Well,
everything they've done
It
feels
is-
like they know he's going to leave.
It is puzzling of why you took away his weapons. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
no, I mean, I will say they surrounded him with some intriguing tight ends. You know,
I
Oliver
mean, did
had
they
a,
do this to him to bring his price down?
That
and they're
kinda
like,
seems like
you don't use receivers that much. You
do.
target tight ends more. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean they've been stacking up there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They have intriguing tight end talent there and depth. It's kind of
Yeah.
you'd
And now
expect.
they got Deshaun Jackson, man.
Yeah, they added Deshaun Jackson.
But
Right, a big
they've got to know that Lamar Jackson running the football is not going to last much longer. Like not at the
We'll
volume that he
see.
does. Not at the
We'll
volume
see.
that he does.
We don't know.
Huh.
We don't.
We do know because we've seen plenty of other quarterbacks do this.
We
And
don't know.
it goes good for 4 or 5 years.
Michael Vick could have done
And then
it
they're
for
gonna-
longer than
then
that. We
he's-
just didn't get
He's
to
going to
really
take
see.
that first major injury, and then that's going to be it.
I'm in a camp. I hope he avoids that injury.
I
But,
hope
I
he
mean-
avoids it too, but
We'll see. We'll
It-
see what happens.
I get what you're saying.
literally every other running quarterback.
I know you're looking at Cam, and I get it. RG3.
I mean, we can
although that
also
happened
talk
quick.
about speaking of Kyler, like you did in the situation there. I mean, another game that ended
Oh.
very similar to this one.
2-point
that-
conversion game. Yeah,
Yeah, I mean-
another one. Chargers and Cardinals, man.
You know, the Chargers in a little different position than the Jaguars. The Jaguars are like, fuck it, what do we got to lose? The Chargers were kind of like, we need this fucking win.
We gotta
right now.
win.
We
gotta.
have to win, and overtime is not
Oh,
an
yeah.
option.
They have to win all their games.
So
They're trying for that playoff spot. I don't even know if they're in it right now.
I
If
mean,
they're just dancing on the outside because of that AFC East.
yeah, that AFC East is crazy.
And yeah, dude, it's ridiculous.
It is the
Can't,
AFC and NFC East. I mean,
you know, these divisions without losing records, like without
Yeah.
a single team with losing record. What? Let's see. Who is in the playoffs? Who's in the playoffs? It's loading. It's still not telling me.
I think the Chargers held on to are in a wild card.
so right now it'd be the Jets at the 7 seed, the Bengals at the 6, Bills at 5, Ravens as the 4
Those
seed,
Chargers.
Titans at 3, Dolphins 2, Chiefs 1.
Hey,
NFC would be
the
Commanders at
Jets are
7.
slipping in there.
6 would be Giants. 5 would be Cowboys. 4 would be Bucks. 3 Niners. 2 Vikings. 1 Eagles. If the season ended today, the
Mhm.
entire NFC East and all but one team from the AFC East would be in the playoffs.
Hey, yeah, New England just outside of it.
The
Yeah,
NFC
I still
East
think
is what
New
everybody
England's got a
thought.
good shot to get there.
What's that?
I
Sorry.
still think New England's got a good shot to get
Yeah.
there.
The NFC and AFC East are what everybody thought the AFC West was going to be.
Yeah, it really. I
Yeah.
mean,
New England has a chance to catch
For
the
real.
Bills on a short week this Thursday.
Yeah,
they won't catch the bill.
neither of them are
Get-
really on
get
a
within
short
a
week because they
game,
both played
but-
Thanksgiving, so it's a normal week, really.
Ah, that's true.
So
But yeah, if the man, that's gonna be a good one. I think the Bills will win it, of course, but you
I
never
think
know, man. New
like
England.
just as sweet as the rest of the AFC West missing the playoffs would be the Bills having to go in as a wild card.
oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, right.
I mean, if it ended right now, they would be, but
Yeah,
not a wild card I want to see.
Definitely not. But and then it could pit if Miami gets the 2, it could pit us against Miami in the AFC Championship game.
I think Mahomes versus Tyreek, Kelsey.
Yeah, right. I don't know if I want it, but shit.
I think our defense is better than theirs, and that's what I'd give the edge to. And
Yeah.
that's not. I'm not saying that's by a lot because
I think if the Bills and the Dolphins play, well, they still have another game, don't they?
I think so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that one.
Dude, me neither.
Right.
That better be primetime game.
I can't wait to see that one.
Ooh, buddy.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think, man, I still think the Bills would win right now.
You think the Bills would beat the Dolphins right now? I
Depends
don't
on
know
if Von
about that,
Miller's
man.
back for that matchup.
I don't know about that.
That's a good call.
That's my opinion on that.
Yeah, that's a good call. It's just
Oh.
that Miami defense is so bad,
Yeah, it's up and down every other week. Like
and it
We've
doesn't
seen
make
them-
sense. Like they've got good talent in the secondary.
we've seen good games out of them, bad games out of them because their pass rushers are all kind of up there.
All right. How about the Commanders? Huh?
Commanders, I mean, they're on a little streak right now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
man. Beating
3 in
the
a row.
Falcons 19-13.
Gritty win.
Falcons doing their thing of just like this all year, right? 1 year they'll look competent and in the next week.
Absolutely
know,
terrible.
Kind of lay an egg. Yeah. Mariota has again some weeks has flashes of looking good, other weeks not. I mean, it's clear like you're a
All of
backup.
those
You're not
Yeah.
starting.
zone INTs.
Yeah, just some dumb INTs.
First
Even
down.
though Heineke kind of threw a dumb INT as well, like a dumb interception, but made a lot of good plays. When it came down to it, again, they won that game.
Yeah.
Uh,
Commander's another team that nobody wants to see right now.
you
No.
don't. You don't. They're scary.
Yeah, they're playing well, and I mean we can't pass up the fact that today they honored Sean Taylor.
In the
That
the most Dan Snyder way possible.
Oh, absolutely. He's just like, there's
No
a
money
mark I could
spent.
hit, but I could completely fucking miss it.
That probably wasn't even like a game worn jersey or anything.
No, I doubt it. It looked like it was a Nike made one.
It's a
Like-
Nike jersey.
He got that shit off of that website you showed me, Sneaky. He didn't want to pay full
it's
price for it.
DH Gate jersey.
DHK, yeah.
Yeah. You know it.
Like, you
Um,
couldn't-
Yeah, I'm
They're
embarrassed.
like, this is our tribute statue to Sean Taylor. I'm like, dude, like, you couldn't even put fucking arms on the mannequin.
or a face or
Or
make it look like-
face.
just like, it's him because the mannequin is wearing his jersey. So
Yeah.
it's John Taylor.
And it's a white mannequin.
Yeah,
Was it? No, it
of
wasn't.
course.
It was a white mannequin.
I didn't even oh my god. I just saw no arms. Like it didn't look like you could see
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah, no.
Way to fucking honor him, dude.
They're such a fucking like what get Dan Snyder the fuck out of here. What are we
There
doing?
must be something new about to come out about the Dan Snyder, because this is typically when he targets these shows for like,
Oh yeah, when there's about to be bad news.
yeah, I mean, when shit's about to hit the fan, Dan Snyder's like, you know what? Distraction. Ah!
Yeah, man, I kind of hate that I like his team right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cute though. They're on this nice little run. I don't think the Commanders are actually going to do anything in the end, because Taylor Heineke is your quarterback. So
I mean, but it's better than saying our quarterback is Carson Wentz.
that's true. He's going to do you a lot better than Carson Wentz. But are you going to see these guys deep in the playoffs? Probably. But yeah. Anyways, enough with that game. Let's go on. Let's talk about Jets kicking the shit out of the Bears. 31-10 with Mike White Lightning.
They
at
might have a
quarterback.
quarterback.
Zach fucking Wilson. Like you have plenty of time to hunt Cougars now.
Zach
Yeah.
Wilson had a bad day watching football, I guarantee.
Oh, dude, he was so
yeah.
pissed.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Now, hey, let's remember that Mike White did this last year against the Bengals, putting up like 4 TDs against them and like 300 yards or something ridiculous. A lot like he did today. And he was going against an even worse defense today.
Yeah, I mean,
The Bears are a
he's
terrible
got to have
defense.
Zach Wilson's pants a little poopy.
Yeah, Zach, you got it. You got to be trembling a little because you don't want this guy looking good at all, because you have not at all. So we'll see what they do next week. I don't know who the Jets have next week. But if Mike White can put up a couple
Vikings.
okay, if he can do good against the Vikings, there you go. That's
Yeah.
all he needs.
Yeah, I mean, and the Jets aren't asking their quarterbacks to go out and do Peyton Manning shit. Like
They're not.
they just want their quarterback to hit the wide open receiver and not overthrow him by 10 yards.
Yeah, and they've got a few
Doesn't
guys
seem
that
so
are
hard.
good at getting open. I mean, Garrett
Yeah,
Wilson.
the Jets have a real
Elijah
team
Moore.
over there. They really do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, Denzel
They
Mims
can-
is nice. Corey Davis. I mean, I like their receiving core up there.
You get their guys into some open space. They can run the ball. Like shit, man.
Yeah, they play good defense.
Yeah, they just have
Great
they have the
defense.
disadvantage of A, being in the AFC East, and B, having had Zach Wilson as their quarterback all
Yeah,
year.
and even the crazy thing is Zach Wilson's only a 2-loss quarterback. Just both of those losses were
know.
to the Patriots, and they were bad.
Yeah, and he just
and
hasn't looked
even in a lot of his
great.
wins, it's just not good enough.
No, I agree.
Yeah,
They're
it's
kinda
been their
winning-
defense.
They've won a lot of games despite his play.
It's
Yeah.
been their defense and their run game winning.
He's like Jimmy G with no upside.
yeah, that's not wrong.
So it's just like watching the worst of Jimmy G all the time.
And their schedule is fucking tough, man. They got the Vikings, like you said, next week, and then the Bills after that. Then the Lions, who aren't
Not
an
an easy out.
task,
Yeah, I mean,
like you want them. Same with Jacksonville, who they have the week after that. Again, not as easy as you want them to be.
frisky teams.
Frisky,
Yeah.
and then the Seahawks, who are going to be playing for their lives, come down to it. And then the Dolphins are their last.
Yeah,
game.
they got the
Ooh.
Murderers Row. Murderers
That's gotta
Row.
be- That's gotta
that
be the
is-
hardest remaining schedule.
You would
It's-
think, man.
That's bad.
Based,
That's
yeah,
really bad.
based on a lot of predictions, they base their schedules off of records and all that. I'm gonna say, yeah, that even not even looking at those teams' records combined, I'm gonna say those are teams you don't want to play down the stretch. Like we've talked about it week in, week out. Like a number of those
that could only be
teams-
worse if the Chiefs were in there.
Right.
There's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
number of teams on that list that
dude.
we don't want to see. Week
Well, yeah,
in,
you
week
got
out.
you got the Bills and Miami, who only have 3 losses. The Vikings, who only have 2, 3,
Two.
as well, 2. So
Yeah.
it's fucking tough. And then even the ones that should be easy, the Lions and
Jags are
Jags
tough teams.
aren't.
They're
those aren't. They're gonna make you fight, man.
Yeah, the Lions can drop 30 or 40 on you.
yeah, and the
Right.
Jags have in every game except for against the Chiefs led at some point this season.
Mhm. And we saw what
So-
they did today.
Yeah, that's not a team you take lightly.
So the Jets they're in for it, man.
Yeah. If they can
do
pull through
not-
this stretch, they earned their playoff spot. and
the Broncos Panthers, guys. Oh, the Panthers are a terrible dog shit team. And they beat a even worse terrible dog shit team apparently by 13 in the
Dude.
Broncos.
The Broncos are
Like-
fucking terrible, man. Like,
You just
I
think
mean-
it can't get any worse. And then you watch Sam Darnold do a goddamn stop, drop, and roll into the end zone after fumbling
That was the craziest goddamn thing I've ever seen.
for a touchdown.
Like
Dude, that
the
was
dude,
awesome.
Nobody there to stop him. Like he had to roll a good 2 or 3 yards to get in the end zone.
the dude fumbles and then just picks it back up while he's on the ground and just barrel rolls into the just rolls into the end zone and nobody touches him. Nobody touches him. I was in.
I've never seen anything like that.
It was
No, it
like
was
right
awesome.
at the line of scrimmage. It was incredible. It was
You had what's his name? Purcell, one of the guys on their defense, yelling at Russell Wilson.
yelling at Russell Wilson coming
With
off and
Nathaniel Hackett sitting right there and him not saying anything about it.
well, I mean, gotta let your players.
This is a complete
with it.
microcosm of their whole.
It
Was that
is.
the
It
loss?
is.
Like, do you think that was it, guys? Do you think that was the one that finally prompts them to fire Nathaniel Hackett? Like,
I'm surprised they let him get on the plane.
At this point, I mean, what are you gonna? You're gonna ride out with them. I think. I don't know if they end up firing him before the season ends. Like
Like
Allen was
it's got to be so ugly in that locker room right now.
oh man, and he does not
Yeah.
seem to have a grasp on it. Like, delay of games again today,
Yeah,
or a huge theme, burning timeouts to avoid delay of games, all that shit. I mean, they're just that's all on the
Hackett's gotta
coach.
go.
I think
gotta go.
they probably do this week. now
You
that
got to, I
but
think.
There's no way you can.
If you don't
justify
this
it.
week, it's like Sam said, he has to finish out the season.
The real question is because I think we all assume Hackett he'll be fired at some point, right?
Yeah.
Whether if it's not in the season, it's that Black Monday, right? After, anyways, the real question is, what do they do with Russ? Are they gonna let one more coach come in and try to
I think you
What
have
can they
to.
do?
right?
You haven't even gotten into his extension yet. I
Or
mean,
do you
Like
I
they
know,
are so
or
committed
mean-
financially and
the only thing you could do
they
is-
can't just get rid of him.
you could try to trade him, but I don't know what team would trade him.
You're not gonna get anything back. You're gonna get pennies on the dollar.
yeah, you're
Yeah.
not getting any of those first rounders back.
No.
You'd be lucky to get anything above a fifth right now.
Yeah, it's been bad.
So-
Yeah.
Like nobody's gonna want that dude.
So they're tied to him for like another 5 years after this, right? I think Russ another 5.
Yeah, 5 6 years.
And
Yeah,
they
they're
can't
stuck.
get-
I think it's through 2027.
and I don't think until about 2025 can they really get out of it without a huge like cap hit. Without it just
Yeah,
tanking
what?
the
I
cap.
think that's. I
cap.
mean, it's still going to be a cap hit, but that's when it becomes a little more manageable.
Right.
Yeah.
when
I mean, you
might
could
be able
see
to afford it.
them after not this. I don't think it'll happen this off season, but maybe if these problems persist in the next season, you might see like a Brock Osweiler from Houston type of situation where they just pretty much pay a team to take on that salary, and then that team cuts him outright.
Yeah.
You know, you
Uh,
could see.
Yeah, I mean, I say you still big brain it and pay your offensive linemen to just start missing blocks.
no. It's true.
God, I
But
can't.
yeah, we've talked about the Broncos enough to where I
Way
want to
too
vomit.
long.
So
So and then there's the Chiefs, guys.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, I
we,
mean, did what they
we
should
didn't
do.
look great on
Didn't look
offense. Our
terrible,
red
but
zone
yeah,
offense.
red
Our
zone
red
offense
zone
was
offense.
weak.
That's what it was. Our offense looked good until it got into the red zone, and where were you
Better.
like one of the best red zone offenses? We look bad.
And
Look
this is
This kind
super
of looks like
bad.
last year's red zone offense.
yeah, this is a
Little
good
bit.
Rams defense. I
It
mean, they have
is.
good
You're right.
players. They're not. That's
they're-
their healthy team, part of their team. Their healthy unit.
that it is, and the best part of their team this year, right? Like the only
Yeah,
comp-
well, and credit to them, they attacked one of our biggest strengths, our red zone offense. Like they kind of,
Yeah.
they kind of zeroed in on that.
They did, and hey,
Yeah.
it's all right that this was the right game for us to kind of struggle in because we were still able to put up a lot of points. 26 enough to
Yeah, they're
the
deep, and
Rams-
their offense wasn't producing anything.
yeah. So hopefully this just gives us some film and some things to work on.
Yeah.
The red zone. Say, hey, we need to get better going down the stretch
For
because
sure.
we don't have any sort of cushion yet. We lose a game, and I feel like
Yeah, I mean, a good.
we'd go down to Miami, right? I think Miami would probably be ahead of us.
Yeah, they
Yes.
might be, but I mean, also you look at Miami and you're like, I mean, honestly, like that might not be bad. I mean, our players might appreciate playing in the warm weather over playing at fucking Arrowhead in the playoffs.
Bye week. Though.
Yeah, but
Want that bye.
sometimes that extra game might do some wonders. But
Ah,
I don't
plus
think
the
we-
Dolphins have to
no.
play their own division too, still.
yeah.
Some games in
The
division.
Dolphins-
Yeah,
Dolphins
the-
have a
yeah,
tough one.
Dolphins
We have a very easy schedule going forward.
Yeah,
the easiest actually.
I think we just
so-
get past the Bengals and the Seahawks and
Seahawks.
smooth
That's
sailing.
it. Other than that, we've got like the Raiders, the Broncos twice, the Texans still.
Yeah, with the AFC West and the Texans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Which
and we've
are-
already taken care of the Chargers, which is the hardest part of the AFC.
Yeah, we're already halfway done with the Raiders, which is good.
So the Rams, their QB look he had some flashes.
Yeah, late
Yeah,
in the
once-
second half, they started letting him throw the ball more
And
than
he
once on
looked-
a drive.
And he had that one drive that looked really good.
Yeah.
But then he threw some picks that didn't look as good.
Young player with a really cool story. They talked about
Yeah.
how he had broken his neck in high school
Mm-hmm.
and then went on to play at Division II football, and then ended up working his way up to what was it, Virginia,
Yeah, now he's
to start
in the
there for a
NFL.
year, and then now he's in the NFL.
just
So
started a game.
yeah, dude, he got a touchdown pass, first career one, right?
Yeah.
Good for the Rams. They have spent a ton of money to have that last kid picked vibe.
Yeah, for real. But
Yeah, I mean, hey, look, they got their
they got
their
what they
Super Bowl,
paid.
so they got their ring. So yeah, you knew it was gonna happen. Everybody predicted it, right?
They didn't give a fuck. They're like,
Selling
dude, we
out, you're
had
selling
John
out for one championship, and you got your championship. So
Yeah. Or you can
Now
just
now you're
Have
paying
a-
the price.
having a GM do actual work like Veach and have sustained success.
Eagles and Packers. We'll wrap it up with Eagles and Packers. The game we were literally watching
while we were doing.
while we started this.
Yeah, the Eagles with the big win.
Eagles took care of business again in a very high scoring game.
Yeah,
Your defense started out looking, all right. They got some
Yeah, I mean,
turnovers and-
wasn't the
but-
best. I mean, the Packers stuck with the run a little more than I would have expected.
like
they
need to.
yeah,
The
they
only
were
time
able to
their
keep it
offense
close.
looks good is when they run the ball.
Yeah,
The Eagles as a team ran for over 300 yards tonight.
oh yeah, the Eagles.
Well,
The most team
Eagles.
rushing yards since 1938.
the Eagles are going to Eagles on you. So
Yeah, and then I mean, hopefully CJ Gardner Johnson isn't something too serious. They said it was ribs, but he had a hard time getting off that field.
mm,
They had to cart him back to the back, but I mean, he didn't walk. He walked very gingerly, so
that's not man. He's been real good for you this year
yeah, he
too.
leads the league in interceptions.
Oof.
So yeah,
All right,
hopefully he can make a speedy recovery and get back soon.
gonna need him. Gonna need him.
Yeah, Miles Sanders had a freaking day today. Jalen Hurts had a freaking day today.
Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts looked like he was going to run for 1,000 yards tonight.
Dude, he did that. that first two drives, like you mentioned, like they already have like 98 yards rushing in two drives.
Yeah. Oh man, Jalen Hurts was like the first player ever to have like 125 yards passing and rushing in
Yeah,
the
I think
same half
Yeah, it was
or in the first half, something like that. Like
ridiculous.
I think he went over 100 yards rushing in the first quarter.
Yeah,
It
he had that
was-
huge run after huge run. Like the Packers were like, what is it with the Packers and running quarterbacks that they just can't fucking figure it out? Like,
I don't think their defense is very fast.
yeah, but this is a persistent problem. Like from different coaching staffs to different
I
players.
gotcha.
It's just
Yeah.
like we're dating back to Kaepernick, Michael Vick days and shit like that. Donovan McNabb.
Maybe every team just has that thing. Like
yeah, I'm just like-
Chicago who can't play offense.
Man, it's hard to put a whole team together, guys.
Yeah.
It's hard to get them to mesh.
Yeah,
all
we
at the same
gotta.
time.
Do we think we see Aaron Rodgers at all the rest of the season, or
Fuck
is Jordan Love
no.
now?
I bet Packers fans hope not.
Yeah.
What do you have to gain by
Yeah, this
putting
was
Aaron
it.
Rodgers out
Yeah,
there?
there's
This-
absolutely nothing.
They're 8 losses, right? They're at 8 losses.
Yeah,
right
this was
now.
the this was the
So
nail.
that they're done. The best you can
this
do
is
is
it.
9-8 if you win out, which you're not going to.
No,
Yeah,
your
9-8's not going to get you there.
your
in the
playoff
end.
Yeah, and
started
even 9-8
ended.
probably not. You're right. With how the NFC East looks, you're not doing. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, you're not sneaking in
You're,
unless you're in the
That's gonna
NFC
take
South. You're not
16
getting into
balls,
playoffs
so-
with a losing record.
I mean, hell, you're behind the Lion. You're third in your own division, right?
Yeah.
So
I would believe
you
in the
have to
Lions
start-
making that run more than the Packers. Yeah.
Yeah,
but anyways, yeah, Jordan Love did well tonight, though, right? 6 and 9, 113 yards and a TD.
Yeah, and that was 2 drives.
Yeah,
The
Aaron
offense
Rodgers all
looked-
night, 11 of 16, 140 yards, 2 TDs, 2 picks.
I'm excited to see the Packers next week.
Yeah, it's not like the Eagles had shut it down. Like that was still a close game the whole way.
Yeah, it was a very close game, and I mean
They got up a little bit there.
they did, but I
but
mean a couple different times they got up. You
the
know, but
Packers kept bouncing
fighting back
with
in.
them. Yeah,
It was a fun game. That was a fun game to watch.
Christian Watson again over 100 yards and a TD. Good lord, that kid just
Wow.
they found something with him.
Yeah, they're good at finding receiver talent. They're kind of like the Steelers. Those
Yeah.
two franchises are really good
And they
at
don't have to do
manufacturing
it-
superstars at that
And they
position.
don't have to do it in the first round either.
Absolutely. I mean,
And then what's the Monday night game?
Monday night game, Steelers and Colts at the
Steelers-
Colts.
Colts. So
That's Saturday in prime time.
hey, we'll see how they do. Could be a snooze fest, but
Could be good.
should hopefully be a good game. Could be a really good game.
I think tomorrow's
Um,
game will have no effect on the playoffs.
None at all.
Yeah.
None at all. This is a
Uh,
draft implications primetime game. Yeah. So let's go on to picks. Where
Someone had a clean sweep, baby.
you know what, it feels good.
Oh, 7-0 this week, my
Man,
guy. The fuck?
Dude, right when I needed it the most too. I mean,
Yeah, I know you. Everybody was catching back up to you.
yeah, Sneaky had closed the gap on me really well, and I was able to take it back up to a 3-point advantage. So, because this week I got all 7 right, so I'm sitting at 52. Tim got 4, so he's at 44. Sam, you also got 4, so you're at 41. And Sneaky, you got 5, so you're at 49.
Go ahead and make some picks.
Yeah, dude.
7 days ahead of time. What is it? Steelers at Falcons?
Steelers at Falcons, yeah. So Tim let me know that he's taking a Steel City on that one. And you know what?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I want to rock that too.
Okay. Then we got the Packers at the Bears. On this one, Tim
No,
told me
go.
that Rodgers owns the owns the Bears. so
Wait,
he's
but he's
taking
not
the
gonna.
Packers.
No, hold on though. Is he gonna play?
Ooh.
What I just what LaFleur just said is it's way too early for them to know
Yeah.
if he's going to play or not.
This is
So
okay.
here,
Can we
before
hedge
we-
it? Can we hedge it? Of if Rodgers starts Packers, if Rodgers doesn't start, maybe Bears. But Jordan Love, who knows, he could look good. I'm gonna go Packers. I'm gonna go Packers.
I'm almost more willing to predict a Packers win if Jordan Love starts.
Then Jags and Lions.
Yeah, at the Lions. I mean, that's a two teams
That's
that
tough.
I've loved the Lions all year. I'm not going to back off that train now.
I have a hard time with this one because I think that they're both scrappy teams. So I think I'm gonna have to go Jaguars on this one. A little more of
gonna
that
go Jag.
WP magic.
I'm gonna go Jags as well. But I don't feel good about it. I wouldn't feel good about picking. I don't feel good about picking either of those teams ever.
No, it's
But one of them's got to win.
just a really good
Super.
matchup though. I like that matchup.
Great matchup. Great matchup.
This next matchup's on here because of the sauciness.
Ooh, Browns at Texans.
Browns and
Ooh.
Texans, Deshaun Watson
Deshaun coming
debut.
back for the first time.
What
Why
Deshaun
would you make? Why would you make us pick the Browns Yeah, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna pick.
I'm
the
taking the
Texans.
Texans.
I'm gonna pick the Texans in an upset,
Emotional
even
win
though-
for the Texans.
emotional. Yeah, and an emotional pick right here for us of please let this happen, even though it's probably not. But come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Tim
Yeah.
took the Browns.
even with Brissett, the Browns are winning that game.
All right, Jets and Vikings. God damn. Vikings.
But Tim said skull.
But the
Yeah,
Jets
I'm
could
gonna
steal.
I'm gonna go
him.
with the Vikings.
White lightning.
Commanders at Giants.
Commanders for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Commanders as well.
Actually, I'm going with you guys on this one.
Who did Tim?
Tim. Tim took the Giants.
Okay, so Tim's by himself with the Giants.
I don't think Tim will be by himself on this next one though. Dolphins at 49ers.
I'm rocking the Dolphins.
So did Tim. This one's tough. I'm gonna. I'm gonna take the 49ers.
Love to see
With
the
the
Niners win
Niners.
it. But
Who's that, Sam?
I'll go with you on the Niners.
So we did it. We made
I don't
picks.
feel good about that. I don't feel good about that Niners
Tough
pick.
one. It's a tough
I feel
one.
good about it.
We need the Dolphins.
I don't feel good about it. All right, yeah, that's tough. I feel like I'm gonna win 2 games next week. I'm just gonna put that on the record. I think I'm gonna get 2 games next week.
are you just trying to be contrarian this week?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I took some that did not feel good about. All right. There's football and Sitch.
Yeah.
And that's it. All right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
That
we
does it
made
for
it.
this
We,
week.
we made it without Tim.
we
We
made
did
it.
it. We did it. We struggled
We-
through it, but
sh-
hey,
you
as
know,
always, we have to
hard
thank
to
everybody for
stay on-
watching.
stay on pace. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should
make sure-
like,
yeah.
comment, subscribe.
and have a
hit the
great
Sam bell.
week, guys. We'll see you next week.
Sam
Right?
bell.
Okay. Have a good one. You know, that's what it is. Okay.
Hey, buddy, I got a good feeling about some players.
If they play for,
I gotta go.
I'll mute you.
I
I
gotta
can
go.
mute you, Sneaky.
Please.